Okay guys, video number 2 on how to mix. I'm still using this, I'm going to use the same exact tracks because it's just, I'm going to use the same exact tracks until we get into more advanced stuff, just because I want to show you all how this one works. And then, but keep in mind, this stuff can be done to, this stuff can be done to almost any track that has a mixing and intros and outros, and it's really very versatile. So I'm going to show how versatile it is later, but right now we're going to show you the actual mixing part of this song. Now, before, I just showed you the loop, the intros and outros, which is very important for you to know. If you don't have a kit like this, and you have Virtual DJ, it is almost only important for you to know what I talked about in the last video. So if you haven't watched that video, watch that video. Okay, now, here's what we're going to do, is how to mix the same exact mix, except on decks. So let me just make sure I got everything in the view here. Okay, now, first of all, you need to make sure both of these songs are the same BPM. And doing that, you're going to need to use your pitch fader. But, fortunately, most electro and house and stuff, you're mixing the same genre, they're mostly all the same BPM. They might vary, 5 or so. And with softwares like this, you can just match them up by looking at the software. You don't need to beat match. But beat matching with a pitch knob or tempo thingy is another video. So here's what we're gonna do. I'm going to do the mix that I just did on the other video. Just now you get to see what I'm doing on the kit. I'm going to be using a few key things: plays, hot cues, the jog wheel. These faders, mostly the crossfader, and I may or may not be using these depending on if I want to make it that complicated. I might decide while I'm doing it. Okay, so let's do that same mix. First of all, let me find where I need to be. Okay, so it's the same mix as last time. So yeah, if you didn't watch that video, then you get to see a little mix. Okay, so this song's playing, and I'm getting close to where I want to mix it. It's on this side, and making sure. Now I need to I'm not going to use earbuds, or headphones or anything, but I'm getting up to there. I need to mark. Here it comes. Oh shit. Ah, damn it. So, here's another lesson learned. When you do something and you change something, especially like the vinyl speed adjust, always make sure you reset it. Oh, that's funny. Okay, sorry about that, guys. But I got that fixed now. You're gonna put on a plus plan, and if it's not perfectly on, I'm just gonna put this here for now. If it's not perfectly on, you use the jog wheel to try to match them up. As you can see now, they're right on the same beat. So you have to use your jog wheels to try to match them up as best as you can. I'm gonna do this a couple times, so if you miss it, don't have to go back and do it. Don't worry about it. So, and this song is done. This song's playing. Now, what you do, that's what you do. You press play right on the new 16-bar loop, and you try to match them up, and you bring the crossfade over, open to it, and you're both playing, and then you bring it over at the end. Now I'm going to do it again, and I'm not going to talk. I'm just going to do it, because I'll be able to do a much better job just doing it. There we go. Alright, let's bring this to where I need it. Bring this over. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave the crossfade in the middle, so you can hear what I would hear if I had my headphones on. Alright, and I'm just going to try to play it as soon as I can, and yeah, so here we go. They're off beat. Find them they're on beat. And let it play until the 16-bar loop is over. If you weren't working with this stuff. Now, that's all fine and dandy, that works, cool. Now, here's what we're going to do. 2 and needle drop it to about here. Wait, did I just record 5? Oh shit. Damn it. Shit. Shit. What's going on? Ah! Oh wait, was I just swearing? Ooh. It's not good. Sorry. Okay. Yeah, that's where I want to be. Okay, so now here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to mix them in, and then I'm going to bring the crossfade over. And by the end of it, I'm going to be over here, and it'll be a much more smooth transition. So here we go. The song's gone. I don't hear it. So that is the mix using crossfade. Now we can do something else. Let's see. Now we can do something else. Now, what you need to do, here's what we're going to do now. We're going to bring the low end all the way out on this side. So as we're mixing it in, you only hear the high ends of this side. When we reach 8 bars in, which is halfway between the outro and the intro, 8 bars in, we're going to switch the bass on the last beat, on the 4th beat. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4. And you're going to change them. Alright? Now I'm going to demonstrate that. Let's see if we can. That's why that's there. Okay. See if I can demonstrate this. Alright, so I changed them halfway through on 8 bars. I believe that was 8 bars, I hope that was 8 bars. And so now, you can bring it down. It's slightly smoother transition, it works, except that was the end of the song, so, oops. But, that's okay, it doesn't matter, it's still mixed together. So, that's basically the basics of how to mix when you're on here. So, quick review, when you're starting, always play the next song at the beginning of a 16-bar loop or 18-bar intro or outro. It doesn't matter, but when you're starting, you don't have to do it that way. Don't think that this is like I'm preaching you this and this is exactly how it has to be done. It's not, but just when you're starting, it might be easier just to do it this way. But anyway, 8 bars, 16 bars, 32 bars, it's up to the songs. Depends on the songs. And you're always going to have to play the same one song on the 18-bar loop and make sure that they're the same. And you're going to bring these over, change the bass in the middle of it, whether it's 16 bars, you want to do 8 bars, it's 8 bars, you do 4 bars, 32 bars, you do 16 bars. Doesn't matter. So, thank you for watching this video, and I hope you practice this, and I really hope you enjoy.